Yo, welcome back to Azra with another druid. Today we're going to be doing something different. Today I'm going to be bringing you the tips and tricks you're not hearing about. These are going to be 10 tips and tricks that I have figured out along my process, as well as from other streamers and creators. But a lot of it, things I just haven't noticed other people talking about that I think that you would find very useful. So let's get to it. Tip number 1. When we're in edit mode and we go to the advanced mode, we have the option to move items. I'm sure everyone has noticed that unfortunately sometimes you could be moving an item. And let's see if we can make it happen here. Whoa! Where'd it go? Here's your tip. Don't let go of your mouse click and instead hit the escape key. Boom! Your item instantly goes back to where it was. You don't have to look for it, none of that. Once again, when it shoots off into the distance, boom! Don't let go of your mouse button, hit the escape key. Tip number 2 is a lot like tip number 1. So if we're in advanced mode and all of a sudden our decor item just goes flying off screen, it doesn't want to do it right now. That's okay. Tip number 1 is you can go in the upper right hand corner of the screen and you can click on place decor list, and it will allow you to look through the items and find the one that flew off screen. We found the Belemeth beam platform. It's selected. Now if we press R, that item is now gone. So tip number 2 is to use your place decor list in the upper right to find the item that you want to get rid of. You'll notice that when you even hover over the name, it gets outlined. So even if it's all the way off screen, you can see out there in the distance, we have selected and found the item we're looking for. We hit R and it's gone. Tip 3 is about the shift key, which has a lot of uses when you're in edit mode. You'll notice that when you're in advanced mode and you hold shift, you can easily swap between the 3 different advanced modes. So shift 1 is move, shift 2 is rotate, and shift 3 is scale. You'll notice I easily go through the different options there just by holding shift. Now shift also has a different option, which is to hold in place at different increments while you're scaling or rotating or anything in advanced mode. So if we hold shift and we move, you'll notice it's going in 10 increments each time. Also in rotate mode, when you are rotating and looking to hold that increment, you hold shift, and now it's going in 15 increments, intervals, words. It helps out a lot when you're trying to find and set the perfect angle. For instance, if we were to go to 90 degrees, boom, we're there. 180, 270, 360, which is also 0. So tip 3 is about holding the shift key, whether it's going between the 3 options in advanced mode or changing your angles. Tip number 4 has to do with everyone's favorite subject, math. I know, who wants to do math while you are playing a game and creating things? But trust me, it helps. For instance, if you're in advanced mode and you are tweaking the angles, thankfully Blizz has gone ahead and color coded all of our different angles, our azimuth, our pitch, all of that. But let's say you're trying to put it in a corner at a specific angle. My tip for tip number 3 is to pay attention to the angle numbers. I have a skateboarding background, so I know a lot of them, such as a 180 or a 360, but also pay attention to 90, 270, somewhere. There it is, 270. 360 and 0. Those are prominent numbers. But let's say you're going for a corner and you want it to line up perfectly. Maybe it's not one of those 4 numbers. You can also pay attention to the numbers and notice, whoa, this wall is a 45-degree angle. Or let's say we take this over to this wall over here. It's not going to line up and it's probably going to have a different number. But if you pay attention, they will have some similarities. For instance, this wall's angle is 315. So that's tip number 3. Pay attention to your angles and your numbers when you're shaping and turning your decor. Tip number 5 has to do with a multi-level home. When you haven't yet built your stairs and you want to be able to get to the 2nd level and just start decorating and designing up there. So tip number 5 is to build an elevator. Place a wall or any decor. Bring it to a level in which you can stand on. And then get on it. And then raise it up a little bit, jump. Raise it up a little bit, jump. Raise it up a little bit, jump. Just keep rinsing and repeating, raising it up and jumping to get to your higher level. And then you can worry about the stairs later, because we all know that's a lot more complicated of a thing to build than just decorating your halls and your rooms up top. So tip number 5 is to use an elevator. Tip number 6 is about understanding your choices here down below. C is for snap to grid, and V is for clipping or collision with walls. So you'll notice when C, snap to grid, is turned on, our decor only follows the lines of the grid. When it's turned off, it's completely freeform. On is snap to grid, off is freeform. For V, that's about collision. So you'll notice when we go to the wall over here, it still goes through the wall and we can place it through the wall. When it's turned off, it tells us it can't work because it's colliding with that wall. So on, who cares? Off, colliding and can't place. Tip 7 is about exterior housing and this new fancy border line that the devs have given us. It's nice and it helps a lot, but tip number 7 is about not being afraid to test the boundaries that we have set. So you can see the boundary line is there, but the benches on the porch are on the other side. So tip number 7, test the boundaries, don't be afraid, have fun. Tip number 8 is about the customize option. Customize is very important. It can make the difference between a generic, bought out the vendor home, or somebody who has chosen their colors in the background. So get to know your customize mode, change the colors of everything that you can, and make your home unique, because there's a lot of colors, a lot of variations, and it also impacts your floor, as well as your ceiling, as well as your walls, as well as your entryway. So use your customize mode as much as possible. Change the colors of your home, change the walls, change the floors, change the entryways, all of it in customize mode. Tip 9 is about thinking about the future of your home. When I started making my home, it was all freeform. I didn't even think about what I would do in the future. Now I'm in a 5-level home, but at first I really had to change things. I sought out what other creators were doing on YouTube, on Instagram, and they gave me ideas on what to do. But my tip to you is to start thinking about the future of your home. The reason I say that is because if you don't think about it now, when you get more access to rooms and availability and decor and creation, if you're doing it freeform, you might not know where a room can end up. For instance, on the majority of Casa de Lune, I have no idea where each floor actually lines up. And so if you think about it now, you can plan for the future and know where each door or each new option can go. So think about your future now and how you want your hotel to look, how you want your home to look. Tip 10 is a friendly reminder to have fun. This is why we're here. I've never had so much fun in World of Warcraft since they have introduced WoW Housing. It makes me look at the game in a totally different way. I can play the game and create and not worry about progression. I don't know if you feel the same way. So that's why my reminder to you is to have fun. Another bug. But that's part of the fun, isn't it? Have fun is our last and final tip, because for me it's been a blast creating. Whether it's this restaurant and cafe, whether it's a bear cave, whether it's a moonkin roost, whether it's a campground that's hidden from the outside world. Have fun. That's why we're here in World of Warcraft. Might as well not stress about it. That's tip number 10. Just a friendly reminder to have fun. So that's it, folks. That's our top 10 tips that we're just not hearing anybody else talk about. Thanks for coming in and listening to my thoughts on WoW Housing. Friendly reminder that Second Breakfast is open. If you want to join our neighborhood of WoW Housing enthusiasts, you're welcome. We've maxed out our endeavor finally. I'll leave a description down below of how to join the community neighborhood. And hope to see you in the next video. Thanks for stopping by. Another Druid. Take care.